Hey guys, welcome to BSA Adventures. I'm Luke Blaskachik. Today I'm here with my friend B. Vu.
Nice to meet you. I'm B.
B is one of my good friends from Eau Claire. We got him out here today on Lake Menominee in Menominee, Wisconsin, where we're looking to hook up with some bass. Hopefully B can give us some tips and techniques that he uses. He tends to go on a lot of tournaments during the summertime, so hopefully he can give us a little bit of insight. B, you want to say some stuff?
Definitely. Again, Luke, like what Luke said, thanks to BSA for this wonderful opportunity out here on Lake Menominee. I'm going to be taking some of the guys here out here to get some largemouth bass, and hopefully we catch some stuff. What frog was out there? Here we go. Sorry about that.
Well, that was the first fish of the day. We were talking about how we're going to get the thing set up, and all of a sudden you see B rip one out of the weeds, so it's a good sign. We just got out maybe 5 minutes ago, so it's definitely a good thing for something. Hopefully it keeps up like that, right, B?
Yeah, definitely. What I'm actually throwing out there right now is a Spro frog, a topwater frog, hollow body with the bright colors, especially with the murky water that we have out here. So, first bass of the day.
Hopefully it keeps up like that for sure. I want to say it's early spring, but it's really not because it's summer technically now, considering it's June.
Okay.
Just like that.
Just like that. Hopefully we'll get some bigger ones. How are you gonna look?
Natural. I don't have any bright colored frogs. I've never been good with frogs. I've never had apparently the luck that you do, B. I'm gonna consider it luck. I'm not gonna even consider it skill.
Oh my God, I'm striking it.
It's hard not to be bitter when you go fishing with B and realize that you're going to catch less fish than him. I mean, you gotta kind of prepare yourself on the way down to, wherever you're fishing. You gotta mentally prepare yourself. Like, I'm going to catch less fish than B, and I'm okay with that. But
We're out here to have fun.
yep, B's out here to have fun, and we're out here to watch him. See?
Oh, that's a big noise. I lost my frog.
Are you serious, dude?
Yep. That was a big noise. It's okay. That's what happens when you're frog fishing. You never know what's gonna strike. 65-pound line, Luke, and still lost it.
Jeez. They have sharp teeth, though. I know from experience. $65-pound line. Why do you need 65-pound line when you're bass fishing, B?
Especially when you're fishing frogs. You're fishing a lot of thick cover. You want to be able to have the power, the line power to be able to pull the suckers out of there.
That's a great answer, actually. I never thought of that. See, that's why you bring B with, everyone. So, B, what exactly do you do for a living?
Well, I actually work with the Eau Claire School District as a family services facilitator. Work with the early learning program. And what's nice about it is I get to work with a lot of kids.
All right.
Right now, with my summers off, nothing to do in the summer. My main thing right now is focusing on fishing. So it's great.
That makes it a little easier to get out, I suppose, if you had the whole summers off.
Yep.
Does that tend to be the time that you hit the most tournaments? Is it, winter time, or are they in the spring and fall, or?
Talking about tournaments, they're always starting early, pretty early. You know, before spawn, as early as late April or even early April. But if you get down to some of the warmer weather down south, they fish all year round.
Okay.
So that's what's kind of great.
How far do you travel for tournaments? I mean, do you stick mostly in Wisconsin, or do you travel like, you know, down south further? Or
As of right now, just mainly in Wisconsin. Sometimes Minnesota. That's not too often. Having to pay for that extra out-of-state fishing license out there too. So
oh, okay, yeah.
yeah.
In a typical summer, how many tournaments do you actually hit up?
A typical summer, I fish in this league called the HBA. It's the Hmong Bass Anglers, and we do about a good 5 to 10 tournaments in the summer, depending if I have time. Otherwise, trying to focus on more in tournaments and getting the opportunity out there to get out on the lake or the rivers to fish them.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
I see what you mean by having that heavy line. These guys get tangled up in that weeds quick.
Especially with frogs.
Yeah.
You know.
And
Nice bass.
there you go, guys. This little bass. I was doing just like B said. I got the frog out. Was working across top water, and it hit, and you know, set the hook just like you're supposed to. But it was a little bit crazy. Like B said, you know, he used a 65-pound line. I didn't know why, but now I definitely know why. When those fish get tangled up in those weeds, it's pretty tough to pull them out. But I got like 30-pound power pro, and that was, you know, quite the struggle. But definitely a good time. You know, that's what you get when you go with B. You learn little tips, a couple tricks. See if we can catch some more.
Oh.
You saw that too, hey?
Yeah.
Told you. Now the key to catching fish like this one, which is a nice fish by the way, which is a huge fish. The key is you gotta have the camera turned off and be talking about how you get all this time to go fishing when you're married.
Look at that.
Now that is a bass.
Now this is a pretty good size, 3 pound. I want to say 2-3 pounds. Again, off this Sproul's frog, the brown and yellow with the yellow belly, the murky water.
Get a picture of them there, B. Put it on the Facebook page there. Luke knows I like to get a few pictures too.
Yep.
So. Let me get one more just because. Alright, pictures of you.
So B, as far as weather goes, you know, like an overcast day like this, do you use a certain kind of bait? Do you use a certain kind of... Oh, hey, check out that deer.
Like that one over there. Yeah, especially with this overcast, is actually one of the best weathers right now to fish. Right before a storm. You don't want the sun to be too bright out here. But especially with this time of now, with the vegetation growing up, you know, we can use a lot of cover, and the bass are hiding in that cover right now to stalk on their preys or to wait for that ambush strike. And so with that, you know, the temperature going up too, you know, we've been pretty active. It's been post-spawn now, so using a lot of top water and whatnot.
Okay. And like, you know, throughout the fall, you'll probably use like a swim bait or, you know, something that resembles foods they're going to be stocking up
Yep.
for winter months? Or?
Yeah, definitely. During the fall, what I like to throw in is, like what you were saying, swim baits are something that imitates a shad when they're chasing out shads at this time or that time, feeding again before winter comes. And bass, they love shads, and so fishing with like a new body of water, what I like to do is I like to crank a lot, so that you don't spend a lot of time in areas that you're unfamiliar with. Cranking or spinnerbait or something, you throw something fast so that you can cover a lot of water. And again, depending on weather and clarity and things like that, you can also choose the colors and with that. But yeah, with the new body of water, I do a lot of fast lures, fast baits, so that I can cover a lot of water and looking at your GPS and your fish finders and things like that too, to locate fish and things.
As far as like, water clarity, if it's a nice clear lake or if it's kind of murky like this, is that, depend on what color you're going to use, or are you going to?
Yeah, definitely on clear water, you want something more natural looking. And with murkier water, you want something to be bright, something to be flashy, so that the fish will actually have to see when they bite a lure. And so to be able to do that, they have to see something bright in murky water. Or you use something with a lot of noise that makes a lot of sound to be able to trigger those bass and for them to come out searching for your lure.
I'm learning so much. Do you tend to fish a lot of new lakes, or do you just kind of stick with what you know?
I try to, especially with a lot of tournaments. We fish a lot of new waters that we're unfamiliar with. But with tournaments, you do a lot of pre-fishing and things like that to get familiar with the lake or to find some spots so you won't go out there blind.
Okay. Just pre-fishing, I mean, just go like a couple days before and test it out?
A couple weeks, couple months. Sometimes people even go out a couple months before.
Okay. So now we just moved upriver a ways. We've started fishing a little bit different cover. B, you want to kind of run over what baits you're using now that we don't have that thick weed cover over the water?
Yes, definitely. Right now we're actually up the river, Lake Monoman. And again, like what Luke was saying, we're not fishing a lot of grass or a lot of the thick weed anymore. So what I'm using here is what they call a D-bomb missile. It's more like a creature bait, like a crawly. I just throw on a bullet head sinker, pitching it along the trees and along the grass here. Right now with this, we're up the river, water's flowing. We're just fishing along the shore, the shallow here, along the grass, along the fallen trees. The reason why we're fishing here is because it's shallow on the shore, and then there's a little slight drop off here, so we're fishing that drop off too. Especially with post spawn, when the fish are done spawning, they'll go back into the deep and hunt some of the fish in the deeper water. So we're just kind of mimicking that right now.
Now, as far as creatures that you come across, how often you run into, say, like alligators or crocodiles or?
In Wisconsin, especially in Lake Monoman, there isn't a lot of that. There isn't any of that here. But that'll be exciting to see. Just imagine some of those guys fishing down south, down in Florida, and fishing for bass or something like this in a grassy area, and you see a big alligator or crocodile pop out there.
You said you were part of the Hmong Bass Angler Association or something like that?
Yeah,
like a tournament?
That's actually an organization around here, Wisconsin and Minnesota, and it's just for local fishermen. They do a lot of. With the Hmong community, there's a lot of people that are getting into fishing now, and so they've been hosting a lot of tournaments around here, Wisconsin. Sometimes out by St. Croix River. Sometimes they even have it out in Minnesota where they fish out on the Lake Tonka out there. So it's a pretty active group. There's a lot of members on the group. And it's all bass fishing. That's what's great about it.
Okay. They got like a Facebook page or anything like that, or?
Yeah, they actually do have a Facebook page called HBA, again, Hmong Bass Anglers. All you have to do is just request for an invitation and they'll just invite you to the group. And what's great about the group is they're on the website, they're always posting up new tournaments, dates, results, and people can post up pictures of their prize catch and things like that. So do the right on that on Facebook.
Well, looks like the weather's about to set in. We got a big storm heading our way, so we're going to have to cut this one short, unfortunately. But I had a good time. B showed us a couple tricks he's got up his sleeve on to get those fish in the boat. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. I know I did. B, thanks a lot for your
Thank
time.
you so much, Luke.
You guys, thanks for watching. And as always, I'm Luke Piscacek. This is my friend B Vu. You know, check out our Facebook page. Get on there, log in, see what we got going on. We'll post pictures and videos a lot on there. Also check out our website at badgerstateadventures.com. Thanks for joining us, and always create your own adventure.
Well, thanks a lot. No problem. So much fun. So much fun. Yeah, we gotta do it again. We gotta do it again. Yeah.
I'll post a couple pics and we'll put them up on Facebook and try to get them.
Do that. Do that.
And then, go figure. Tomorrow's supposed to be like amazing.
I know. Exactly. Well, it's cooler there. It works.
Yeah, me too.
See you later, guys.
Well, there it is,
Hey,
folks.
thanks a lot, B. We'll see you later.
We just got rained out. We tried. Got a couple fish. Now I think it's time to go home and bring our shirts and stuff out. Agreed. Thanks for checking us out. Let's see what I have for top water.
A bobber. I'm gonna throw I got a leader on my other one. I'm gonna cast it out there and see if he wants to eat my frog too. Joke's on him, I have a leader.
Oh, this happens sometimes. Let's not get this on tape.
My name is B, like what Luke said. I'm from Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and we're out here on Lake Manoman fishing for some bass. And yeah.
Yep. $10 on a frog. First fish I ever caught on it.
Good news, I got that bird pooping.
Projectile?
Oh,
and everything?
okay.
Good.
It was good footage. Oh,
Did you get that?
it must be embarrassing.
Starting to, a little rain. Yeah. At least we're catching something though. Better than nothing.
At least you're catching something.
Yeah. I don't know whose we is. You and your frog. So when you fish like a, say a new body of water, B, do you, a little baby deer over there too. See him?
Yeah. It's crazy. She's over here. No?
I believe it's called
What pound
fawn,
test
right?
would you need to hook for that?
I'm fishing for deer.
We caught 3 bass and a baby fawn. How sweet is that? Pose for
deering.
pictures, you lip it.
Got his legs kicking. Ooh, we got a lively one. I'll let it go. I'm gonna let it go nice and easy.
Come on, buddy, don't go belly up.
Now, do fish tend to sit in this stuff just as much as the thick cover, or what make
Yep, especially right here with the
Reset, beat, hold on.
Oh,
Jeremy?
I made an epic mistake.
Yeah, Jeremy's phone's on loud.
Yeah.
Ice cream.